Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Smart English Talk, the podcast designed to help you improve your English step by step.
Hello, listeners. My name is Jack.
And I'm Emma. We're so glad you're joining us. Today, we have a very important grammar topic.
That's right. We are going to talk about the past, but not just what happened. We're going to talk about what was happening.
Today, we are mastering the past continuous tense.
So, Emma, the past continuous. It sounds complicated.
It's really not. It's just a different way of looking at the past. For example, Jack, what did you do yesterday?
I watched the film.
Okay, you watched a film. That's the finished action. But what about at 8 p.m. yesterday? What was in progress at that specific time?
Okay. At 8 p.m., I was watching the film. It wasn't finished. I was in the middle of it.
Exactly. I was watching. That's the past continuous. We use it to paint a picture of the past, to describe the scene.
And we often use it to show how one action interrupted another. I was watching the film when my friend called me.
That's the main idea we'll explore today. We'll cover how to form it, including negatives and questions, when to use it, interrupted actions, and actions happening at the same time. The big difference between past simple and past continuous.
It's going to be very useful. Let's get started. What is the past continuous tense?
So let's compare. First, we have the past simple. I ate breakfast. This tells us the action is finished, complete.
But the past continuous tells us the action was in progress. It was happening at a specific moment. At 7:30 a.m., I was eating breakfast. This means at 7:30, I was in the middle of my meal.
Exactly. I was watching. That's the past continuous. We use it to paint a picture of the past, to describe the scene.
And we often use it to set the scene in a story. For example, it was raining outside. The wind was blowing. I was sitting by the window.
It creates the atmosphere. You can see the picture, right? The rain wasn't finished, it was happening.
So to review, past simple for completed, finished actions. I went to the shop.
But past continuous tells us the action was in progress. It was happening at a specific moment. At 7:30, I was eating breakfast. This means at 7:30, I was in the middle of my meal.
To you.
Now let's look at the grammar rules. How do we build this tense? We need two key ingredients.
Ingredient 1, the past of the verb to be. That is, was or were.
We use was for the first person singular, I, and the third person singular, he, she, it. I was, he was, she was, it was.
And we use were for you and all the plurals. We, they, were.
You were, we were, they were.
Ingredient 2, the main verb plus ing. We call this the present participle. Watch becomes watching. Study becomes studying. Run becomes running. Be careful with spelling. Sometimes we double the last letter.
Let's put them together. Subject plus was or were plus verb-ing.
I was studying. They were playing.
But what about negative sentences, Jack? How do we say no?
It's easy. We just add not after was or were.
She was not sleeping.
We were not working.
And we can use contractions, which are very common in spoken English.
Was not becomes wasn't, pronounced wasn't. Were not becomes weren't, pronounced weren't.
Let's practice saying those. Repeat after us. Wasn't. Weren't.
I wasn't watching TV. They weren't listening.
Great. And finally, how do we make a question?
We just invert or swap the subject and the was or were.
The statement, he was working. The question, was he working?
The statement, they were talking. The question, were they talking?
So now we have the positive, the negative, and the question form. That's the full toolkit.
Let's explore the two most important ways to use this tense in A2 level English.
Use 1. An interrupted action. This is when a long action, past continuous, is interrupted by a short action, past simple.
We often connect them with the words when or while. I was cooking dinner when the phone rang. The long action, I was cooking. The short interrupting action, the phone rang.
Let's hear another one. He broke his leg while he was playing football. Short action, he broke his leg. Long action, the background action, while he was playing football.
Use 2. Two actions happening at the same time. We use the past continuous for both actions to show they were in progress together. We often use while here.
For example, I was studying while my roommate was listening to music. My action, I was studying. My roommate's action was listening to music. Both were happening at the same time.
Let's try another. Were you listening while the teacher was talking? See, it's a question and has two simultaneous actions.
This is so useful. It makes your stories much more detailed.
Okay, Jack, I have a little story for you about my weekend.
Go on. Let's hear it.
Well, on Saturday, I decided to clean my apartment. It was a mess. So, at 10 a.m., I was cleaning the kitchen. While I was washing the dishes, I heard a strange noise outside.
Oh, an interruption. You were washing, long action, and you heard, short action. What was it?
It was my neighbor. He was trying to fix his car and he dropped something very heavy.
Ah, okay. So while you were cleaning, he was working on his car. Two actions at the same time.
Exactly. I laughed, but he didn't look happy. He wasn't laughing at all.
A good story. It uses all the parts of the tense. Now, how about you, Jack? What were you doing on Saturday at 10 a.m.?
Well, at 10 a.m., I was still sleeping.
Of course you were. But I was having a very interesting dream when my alarm clock woke me up.
The alarm interrupted your dream. Perfect example. Okay, listeners, it's your turn to build some sentences. I'll give you the words and you make a sentence.
First, let's practice negatives. Change this to a negative. It was raining.
Answer: it wasn't raining.
Change this to a negative. We were studying.
Answer: we weren't studying.
Good. Now, let's practice questions. Make this a question. She was cooking.
Answer: was she cooking?
Make this a question. They were playing.
Answer: were they playing?
Excellent. Now, for the A2 challenge. Combine these ideas using when or while.
Idea 1, I was walking home. Idea 2, I saw an old friend.
How do you combine them?
You could say, I was walking home when I saw an old friend.
One more. Idea 1. He was reading. Idea 2. She was watching TV. Combine them to show they happened at the same time.
You should say, he was reading while she was watching TV.
You're doing really, really well. This is complex grammar, and you're handling it. Okay, time for a quick quiz. We'll give you a sentence with a gap. You choose the correct form, past simple or past continuous.
Ready? Question 1. I, blank, read a book when the power, blank, go out. 2 verbs.
And the answer is, I was reading a book when the power went out. I was reading is the long, interrupted action. Went is the short, interrupting action.
Question 2. What, blank, you, blank, do yesterday at 5 p.m.? It's a question about a specific time in the past.
And the answer is, what were you doing yesterday at 5 p.m.? We want to know the in-progress action at 5 p.m.
Final question. Question 3. My brother, blank, cooked dinner while I, blank, talked to him on the phone. 2 actions at the same time.
And the answer is, my brother was cooking dinner while I was talking to him on the phone. Both actions were in progress together.
How did you do? If you got 2 or 3 correct, you are doing fantastically.
All right, that's almost all the time we have for today. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. Today, we mastered the past continuous tense. The form is subject plus was or were plus verb-ing.
We learned to make negatives with wasn't and weren't, and to make questions by inverting was he or were they.
And most importantly, we learned the 2 main uses for A2 learners. Use 1, to describe a long action that was interrupted by a short action. I was showering when the doorbell rang. Use 2, to describe 2 or more actions happening at the same time. He was washing the car while she was cutting the grass.
Remember to contrast this with the past simple, which is for completed actions.
The best way to learn this is to use it. Try to write a short story about your day yesterday. What were you doing at different times? What happened?
Thank you so much for joining us on Smart English Talk. We hope this lesson was clear and useful for you.
Join us next week. We'll be looking at how to use used to talk about past habits. It's another very useful piece of grammar.
Until then, keep practicing. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.